Hello everybody and welcome to the 2022.1 round 4 of the simGP series. We are at Mugello in Italy tonight and I am joined in the box by my good friend Mr. Nick Hodgson. Nick, how are you?
Yes, good evening, Zas. Thanks for having me tonight and welcome everybody. We are, of course, as you say, round 4. Can you believe it? We're past the halfway mark already for the season here at SimRace SA, and we are in the GP cars, these wonderful Formula RSS Supremes. And we're looking forward to some good action here tonight, Zas. Mugello, quite a tricky track, very tricky track, in fact. And certainly one that a few of these guys will know pretty well from other GP series, but also we did, I think, run a couple of community races with them at this very track, didn't we?
It might have been. I remember this track from a previous F3 season. Maybe a couple community races I might have not joined by then. But either way,
I was just gonna say these guys should know this track pretty well either way.
I'm gonna quickly get into the meat and potatoes of tonight. In terms of track layout, it is an absolute screamer of a lap. Very, very fast track, flowing corners, and especially like turn 8 and 9, flat out. I think the chicane, turn 6 and 7 is also quite fast. So not a lot of maybe hard braking zones and opportunities for overtaking, but I still think there's a lot of potential for some hard racing and seeing people hold on for that coveted lead.
Definitely. I mean, you just got to, if you're able to transition back to the track. I just wanted to point out a couple of the corners. So something we've noticed over the course of the season, as we're in overtime of practice. So this is not overtime quali, just in case you're worried. As we've seen over the course of the season, these cars are generally much quicker running super high downforce. So a track like Mugello that's already suited to super high downforce, these cars should be doing exceptionally well at, and I would expect turns 8 and 9, which are typically the corners that we see guys flying off and destroying their race. In the F3 series, I know we've run this track at least twice, and those corners were absolute death. I mean, we've even run the GT3 cars around here before, and those two corners, turn 8, turn 9, that can end your race very quickly if you're not careful. But with these cars, I know some guys have been complaining a bit about the about following, but on high downforce setup, typically in the Supreme, you can actually follow quite nicely. When I say nicely, it's manageable. So, think current Formula 1 regulations in that you are going to be hampered, but it is possible. Whereas in some of the previous single-seater high downforce cars that we've run, it's just been almost impossible. So I would expect that there should be some overtaking opportunities here tonight. I'll be looking sort of turn 14, getting a good run into turn 1 is an obvious. Potentially you could maybe throw it up the inside into turn 4. You'd have to be super brave, but that could potentially happen. And then maybe even following closely through 6, 7, 8, 9, and then looking to make a move into 10. But we'll see. We'll have to see. Actually, 13 into 14. Good chance of a move there as well. I've forgotten about that. So I'm expecting some action.
There's definitely opportunity for moves, but it's going to boil down to people's ability to stick close to it. Quickly going to run through to the weather. We're at a nice 1400 p.m. 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Nice and cool, 13 degrees ambient temperature with the track just slightly cooler there. Some light clouds and then a very light western wind. I failed to check the orientation of this track, so I'm not sure if that's a tailwind or a headwind wherever it is important. But that's neither here nor there. I think it's low enough that it shouldn't be too much of a bother for the drivers.
It's effectively a crosswind as you're going across the start-finish line. It is a crosswind going from right to left.
So okay, in that case, it might be a slight problem in those first few corners. That right-hander, if it's a crosswind from left to right, you might be sitting with a tailwind mid-corner there that could hamper you a little bit.
Yeah, definitely it's not the direction any of these drivers would have chosen for
Yeah.
themselves, but it's also a very light wind,
Yeah,
as you say,
yeah.
3 k's an hour. Not too big, not too big. I wouldn't be concerned if I was out there. And as you say, Sus, it's quite a cold track, and I'm expecting times to be a lot faster than HLQ, even though HLQ did allow push to pass, of course.
Yeah, speaking of HLQ, a little bit of a large table here to digest, but this is the set of HLQ times. So Marius Skuman managing what, a 121.9 during HLQ. Maybe some sandbagging happening here. We're halfway through the season now. This is the latter half, so maybe also expecting some people to start thinking about taking drop rounds. This is a drop round for me personally. I just didn't have the time to prepare. And also it means that I can sit here in the booth with you and enjoy the chat about the race itself.
Yeah, absolutely. And if we look again, remember HLQ, for those of you who are new joining or have just forgotten, they are allowed to use push to pass. These cars have push to pass in the race tonight. They will get 10 push to passes each. And obviously you can deploy that during the race as you see fit to either defend or attack, but during HLQ, because it is a practice session, it's not a qualifying session, even though we use it for hot lap qualifying, means they could have used push to pass to get the time they had there, but the tires would have been absolutely screaming, because I think that the track temperature or the air temperature is around 30 degrees. It's almost double what it is tonight. So I would not be surprised if we see low 21s without push to pass in qualifying, because they can't use it right now for the next sort of 11 minutes. I would not be surprised to see times well beating HLQ times, even though they're not going to be using push to pass.
Yeah, so let's get the mainstream up. I need to get all of our screens up and running. So we have our first times in already. Jordan van Rensburg on a 121.5 there.
Look at that.
I'm currently on the Villiers, although I think he might have spun. I'll have to double check that. Oh, okay, no, it's still following him.
So just for context, Marius Skuman was at 21.9 for HLQ. And already we have Van Rensburg who's beaten that, Skuman himself has beaten that, and Mike LaRue is nipping at his tail with 22.1. So guys are already absolutely smashing their HLQ times. So, you know, potentially, and I would love it if this was the case, Sus, I would really love it, is that people have used HLQ just to get in there, just to qualify. And then they've spent a lot of time working on their race strategy, race prep, setup, and so forth, rather than spending huge amounts of time on HLQ trying to get that one perfect lap over an entire sort of week. Because, you know, that's never going to help you in the race. But here we go. Night is where it counts.
I was very hopeful. I only had about half an hour on Friday evening and then another half an hour Sunday evening. And Friday, I looked at the times like, oh no, a low 41, well, a mid 24 should do it for me. Only to find out on Sunday evening that probably wouldn't even have been enough. So it is extremely tough here. We'll have to see how everything shakes out. So Bjorn just crosses the finish line. I didn't see him moving up much. There is about 4 tenths ahead of him. So I'm gonna go try and see if I can find someone else. Hein.
Jeremy de Villiers is about to cross the line. He'll improve very slightly. He jumps up to 4th there with a 22.2 and immediately jumps back to pits. I would expect him to be improving a hell of a lot over that. Oh, Fridge Findlay puts in a great lap time there, 22 dead. It's a fantastic time from Fridge. He
just quickly with Dirk Brandt, he jumps up into 12th with a 22.5. Let's go to Fridge.
So Fridge, just to give you an example, 22.8 was his HLQ time, so already 8 tenths up on that, and sitting at 3rd position right now. provisional third, of course, but he was at about the 10th, 11th in HLQ. So playing out of his boots right now, but we'll have to see. I'm particularly expecting Mr. De Villiers to jump up a bit, and Mike LaRue also. Wow, what a fantastic time! 183, and yeah, doing very well, Mike LaRue. So far, Ruben Kruger slots himself into third, bumping Fridge Friendly down one spot, but not by much. Look at that. That is a few hundredths between them, not quite a tenth between those two drivers now. So expect that to be a little bit of a battle come the race. I think Hein van Niekerk improves to a 22.5. So drivers up and down the field improving at the moment. Have a look who else we got. Marius Skuman currently, where's Marius? Towards the end of the lap, coming into the last corner now, and he is basically level on his delta. So if he can hook up this last corner, he doesn't, not getting a good exit. So
you have to be on the power quite early. Unfortunately, we don't have a track guide tonight, but I think in my testing it proved worth more just being able to get on the throttle very early for that last corner. So that means apexing a bit later and making sure to kind of hug the curbs there to get the car to rotate around. Otherwise, you just end up understeering right off the end, like at the last section of the corner. It's really tough. Oh, I see Lawrence Sterner just running slightly wide. I think that might still be a valid lap, but oh no, he loses it. That is unfortunate.
I see Gerard Pretorius has jumped up into provisional third, so him, Kruger, Findlay, LaRue, they really can't decide at this stage who's going to take that third spot. With Van Rensburg and Skuman currently sitting pretty in first and second. Very nice times from those two gentlemen. But we've got 6 minutes to go. 6 minutes of qualifying to go. Definitely some time to get in those laps, chaps. And there, as I say, Victor Filter, somebody who did pretty well in HLQ, he jumps himself up to 6th position with a 22.156. I mean, if you look between 4th and 7th, there is nothing in it really. I mean, that's a 10th, 2 tenths at best.
That's sneeze and you're not on pole.
I mean, even if you go all the way down to 10th position, 22.2, you know, there's really not much to separate these guys. This is fantastic, Sus. We're going to have a cracking race if this is the case.
I'm just happy to see times this close. That is the thing that leaves me hopeful. Just jumping to Van Rensburg. He's currently running in 12th. Well, almost 2 tenths up on his delta, 1 tenth up on his delta. So he's coming into the last sector now. Oh, and through the chicane loses a whole heap of time.
I'm currently keeping an eye on Van Rensburg, Paul Van Rensburg.
Yes.
In 12th position, doing very well on his delta. Oh, and he's just lost it all as I said that. I apologize, Paul. I'll take the blame for that one. But maybe he can get it up on the last corner. Certainly gets a great exit. I think he'll improve. Not by as much as he'd like, but let's see what he gets across the line. Definite improvement. And jumps himself up into 11th
position. So
yeah, Emile De Villiers then gets slotted down 1.
Interesting that Emilia's struggling a bit tonight. He's usually right up there.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see. Ruben Kruger has just gone himself into 2nd position. Good jump from Ruben at 21.665. Great lap time as Van Rensburg improves yet again, but not by an awful lot. He's still in the 5s, folks, but only very just. He's low 5s, 509. Skuman as well improves 21.721, and that does not result in a position change, but he has put in a PB.
I am currently on board with Corneille Breet. He's down in 19th position. 5-6 tenths up on his delta. It's gonna be enough to bump him up one position, but not used to seeing Cornet this far down the order, to be honest.
Marius Skuman found 2 tenths on the exit of turn 3 on his subsequent lap, and he's currently maintaining that as he goes through the Arabiatas, and that would be a tidy lap if he can hook this up. Goes in
Who's
deep.
in front of him there? I've got him as having the best for the sector there, the session best for sector 2. Oh, he's sitting in behind someone's wing there. I think that might be someone on a hot lap. So there's not much that he can do.
Dives it down the inside though. He's desperate for this lap time.
But that's
It's
just
not going to help though. Oh no, that was going to be an amazing lap. That really was. Have to regroup and go again. Qualifying is all about trying to find yourself that right spot with 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Hein van Niekerk improves. Bjorn Buchner improves. Hein up to 10th now. Bjorn, I think, stayed where he was in 16th, but again, the field is so tight here tonight, Sas.
While we're in the dead of quali, just want to say hello to everybody in YouTube chat there quickly. I see Sharon Skuman, Mr. Marius Skuman's cheerleader, always out here. Great to have you here. Adele.
Sorry, we've got Gerard Pretorius. Gerard Pretorius currently in 3rd, about to cross the start-finish line.
That's a 10th. He's gonna put Ruben. He does.
By a few hundredths. Look at that. That is properly close, and that's pushed Marius now down to 4th.
Marius is gonna have a lot of hard work for him tonight.
Well, we know he's got the lap time in him, but he's in the pits right now. He's not going to be able to get out in time, I don't think.
We'll have to just wait and see.
He's leaving now with 1 minute 28 seconds to go.
I don't think that's going to be enough time.
I think he's got it. I think he's got it because it's a 1 minute 21 lap at full pace. He's going to have to go absolutely flat out on his out lap. So I think he's going to make it with absolute seconds to spare here to get a flying lap in at death. Van Rensburg, currently on provisional pole, is basically flat with his delta coming through the end of sector 1. Oh, he's found a 10th and a half by really absolutely throwing the kitchen sink at it.
That might actually be a really good sector 2 for him. I'm focusing on him right now, so we'll see as he crosses these. Yeah, that's 2 tenths quicker through sector 2.
Oh, incredible pace right now. Oh, almost in the gravel there. Really throwing everything he can at this lap time.
Just looking like he's gaining and just taking a slightly different line. But if he can keep it up, that will hopefully solidify himself on pole tonight.
Jeff Gable does a 23.3, a personal best for him, down in 18th currently as we go across the start-finish line. Van Rensburg is going to smash this. Look at that. 21.247, Sus.
I'm hopping back with Marius right now. Marius has started his first lap now. His last flying lap right now. Already.
That's where he found it last time as well. That's where he found the time last time.
And the track is clear for him, so he doesn't even have to worry about traffic now.
Yeah, now it's just about making sure you hook it up. You've done all the practice. You've got it down. You know what you need to do. He's just losing little bits here and there. He needs to make sure that does not affect him. You know, just from a mental perspective, you think, oh, I'm losing out here and there. You either push it too hard, or it just becomes, he ran a little bit wide there. It just becomes a little bit of a niggle in your head.
He just needs a few hundredths to put himself on. Right onto the grass. That's not the lap. That's not the lap now anymore.
No, that's gone, unfortunately. So I think Van Rensburg's going to be very safe here. Gerard Pretorius is not going to get a lap in. He looks like he's on an out lap. And I think that's it, Sus. Yep. That's qualifying.
That's qualifying. I'm going to go for a short ad break. We'll be back just now. All right, we're back. Ready on the start line.
Yeah, let's see how we do. We've got 40 seconds before the lights go out. All the drivers busy prepping, making sure they've loaded their race setups. Remember, guys, we're going to have a pit window here, an hour-long race, and the first 10 minutes, last 10 minutes, sus, they can't pit. Is that correct?
Yes, so pit window starts at the 10-minute mark, well, 10-minute past mark, so 50 minutes left in the race, and the pit window closes with 10 minutes left on the race. Minimum of 1 liter fuel or a tire change required. So we've got lights. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just screaming engines, drop the clutch,
There you go.
and off they go. Looks like everybody gets off of the line. Turn 1 is
Yep.
going to be the stressful one. There's all the track narrows slightly.
Ooh, challenging. Van Rensburg was Gerard Pretorius. Didn't quite make it stick around the outside. A few positions change I see up and down the field. We've got Hein van Niekerk turned around. Lawrence Sterner as well, unfortunately losing out there. But we do have a race on our hands here tonight, Sas. But Van Rensburg has got a great start and has scampered away already. Half a second between them, between him and second place. It's going to be now down to the drivers to settle in as quickly as possible, get that race rhythm. Of course, these cars suffer massively in terms of weight from carrying so much fuel and pace and how quickly you can take these corners. So you've got to adjust from your qualifying mode where you were absolutely flat sticks everywhere. See Charles Moret also having some problems at the back of the field. Emile de Villiers as well, all the way down to 17th. Jeff Gable, great start from Jeff Gable, really fantastic start, up to 12th currently, although, oh no, he's, as I say that, he's now falling all the way down. That's really unfortunate, because I think he got a phenomenal start from around 17th on the grid up to 12th at one stage. Let's see who else we got. Victor Fulter got a good start up to 6th. Mark van Rensburg is in 5th. Marius Skuman in 4th. Oh, I see we've got a position change. Mike LaRue's had some problems, and Fridge Findlay as well looks to maybe have been involved in that. I missed the incident, unfortunately, with Rob van der Heerve really gaining from that, Sus.
Yes, apologies. I'm just trying to get my timing tower back. I accidentally clicked the button and now it's gone.
That's okay. I'll run solo at the moment. Okay, so remember, everybody, push to passes. They get 10 for the race. 10 for the race. Already we've had everybody except French Findlay and Emile de Villiers and Jeff Gable use a push to pass, and Charles Moret, sorry. Everybody else has used at least one, and we have the likes of Marius Skuman who've already used 2. Hein van Niekerk's used 2. So yeah, everybody's used a couple or 1 or 2 push to passes already, just to make sure they get, or try and make sure they get as good a start as possible. But we do have Van Rensburg being kept in check, it must be said, by Gerard Pretorius. Currently, Gerard Pretorius doing a phenomenal job there in 2nd position, really getting himself nicely into the slipstream. Only a 10th off Van Rensburg as he crosses the line for a 23.1. So remember, we were seeing low 22s for the qualifying laps. Or was it 21s? I think it might have been low 21s.
I think it was low 21s, yeah.
So these guys are well over a second off qualifying pace, as I would expect, just considering how heavy they're going to have to run. I mean, remember, we've got 56 minutes left of this race still. The pits window, will open up 10 minutes into the race, so expect the first pit stops to only start after that. Even if you've got some damage, you really want to make sure that you can stay out, manage that damage, because you don't want to have to pit and then to fix the damage and then pit again. Although, having said that, oh yeah, we've got Mike LaRue in the pits right now. Clearly he must have suffered some catastrophic damage for that to to warrant a pit stop this early on. But Mark van Rensburg in 4th position, all over the back of Ruben Kruger, 0.2 of a second separating them as they go into the last corner. And van Rensburg coming out, getting a good drive. He's going to be in the slipstream here, 0.3. Let's watch that come down as they go down the start-finish straight. And doing a lap time 0.2 of a second quicker than Ruben Kruger. Marius Skuman now sets the fastest lap of the race with a 22.0. Oh, that's three wide. What on earth was going on there? Van Rensburg and Kruger, though, absolutely going at it, hammer and tongs. This is fantastic racing, and I think that was the teammate of Van Rensburg who was involved in that 3-wide incident there, or 3-wide almost incident, I should say. And I wonder, I genuinely don't know what happened there. Trying to work out who that was. Possibly it's Michael, that's who it is. Michael, who's come out from his pit stop, and unfortunately, that is just the worst place to come out because now everybody's trying to lap you, which is exactly why I was saying you need to try and hold on, even with crazy damage, to that pit window, because it's just really cost Mike a whole lot for his race. We'll see if he can recover. Let's see who else have we got. Okay, so we've got Van Rensburg now dropped back a little bit from Kruger. When I say a little bit, the gap is now a whopping half a second. So really gaining on the exit as Van Rensburg now sets the fastest lap, 23.0, just pipping Marius Skuman's 23.0, although Skuman's struggling a little bit for consistency right now on a 23.6 this last lap. So yeah, guys still trying to find their rhythm. We've got Victor Filter looking to try and attack Marius Skuman, who he's now 0.6 of a second behind Marius, and gaining through this twisty section, first section. See who else have we got currently battling close. This is definitely the closest battle on track, this and the Mark van Rensburg battle. I'm going to stick with Victor Filter for the moment. Victor, of course, joined us, I think, this season. I think he's one of our rookies. Certainly has shown a lot of pace in HLQ. As I see Dirk Brand is falling down the timing screens at the moment. Must have had an incident somewhere. But yeah, Victor's certainly shown an awful lot of pace in a one-lap situation, but he has struggled for consistency in the race. But we are seeing him starting to gain that knowledge, Sas, on how to put a race stint together and make sure that you're consistent over an entire race. Oh, I'm seeing who's this? Van Rensburg, Mark van Rensburg, trying to go around the outside of Ruben Kruger, but Ruben Kruger's used push to pass to defend very successfully, and now Van Rensburg's having to tuck up underneath that wing of Kruger, try to make something happen through turns 2 and 3, but it actually has just now allowed Kruger to scamper away, and there's now a second between them. So Van Rensburg will have to regroup and try again. We've seen Mark make some pretty impressive moves and pretty good race results over the last few seasons here at SimRace SA. So I'm expecting him to have a cool, calm, and collected head right now. And he's already starting to reel in Kruger. So he's definitely got the pace. Marius Skuman's has been able to catch up, so to speak, to Mark van Rensburg after that little tussle between the two of van Rensburg and Kruger. And Victor Filter has dropped off the back. So Skuman's definitely found some pace. Seeing that squabble up ahead of him, he's like, right, I want a piece of that action. Give me a piece of that action. And we're going to see how that pans out across the line. Skuman's over half a second quicker than Van Rensburg on that lap, and a 1/10.5 quicker than Kruger. So definitely starting to find his rhythm is Skuman. Meanwhile, who's that? Van Rensburg. Oh, Van Rensburg. Van Rensburg's off, Sas. Van Rensburg's off into the wall.
I'm trying to get back to the action.
No problem. Van Rensburg is off and into the side. He's now parked on the edge of the track. Something catastrophic has happened for Mark van Rensburg, and he, I think, is going to be out of this race, Sus. Unless something is disconnected on his side. I wonder if that's what's happened. And that's why he's just parked on the side of the road. There will have yellow flags, of course. But there he is. He's teleported back to the pits. That is a real shame. That's a real shame. Looking exceptionally strong with Mark van Rensburg. And it's all gone pear-shaped so quickly. We'll have to find out after the race what on earth has happened to him, unless he maybe jumps into the YouTube chat. Emile de Villiers working his way up to 15th now, taking Charles Moret. On a bit of a comeback drive is Emile de Villiers. Used to seeing him a bit further up. Oh, we got Hein van Niekerk in 13th, all over the back of Bjorn Buchner. Nice little ding-dong battle happening here as they go through the final chicane, looking to the last corner. This is where you need to be tucked up behind the wing of Buchner, Mr. van Niekerk. Oh, yes, this is a good drive. This is a good drive. If you use your push to pass, you should be on for a great move. Goes to the outside, does van Niekerk. Gets past Buchner, but can he sling it round the outside? He does. Wow. Great move. Great move behind van Niekerk. Really well done. That was fantastic. That was fantastic. Although I do notice that he's down to only 6 pushed passes for the rest of the race. And the only person less at the moment is Marius Skuman, who's eating these quicker than a bag of Smarties. Currently on 5 left.
And Hein van Niekerk spins.
Oh, after all that hard work, Sus.
He's going again. Okay, I've found a way to work around it. Everything is now kind of messed up, but I have a timing screen up and running again.
Fantastic. Okay, so the pit window is now open. We've got 48 minutes of the race left, but 38 minutes is what is on the pit window. That means that these drivers have to take their pit stop in the next 38 minutes. Anybody who misses that pit window will be disqualified from the race. So still plenty of time to go, but yeah, that is what these drivers need to be watching out for. Although I do imagine it's going to be a half-half race. I can't see these guys doing anything else. So I think there will be a mad dash for the pits in about 18 minutes time, as Marius Skuman's really starting to put the pressure on Ruben Kruger. Now that Mark van Rensburg's out the way, Marius has obviously gained a position thanks to that, but he's not letting Ruben Kruger have that third position all his own way, just because Mark van Rensburg's decided not to be part of the fight for that final podium position. Marius Skuman senses a podium. He's going to take it. He's really gained a huge amount on Ruben Kruger this lap. He's found a lot of speed, or I guess potentially Ruben has not. He's used the push to pass already. Has Marius Skuman not wanting to make this this move last any longer than it should. Pulls out to the outside, looking to sweep around the outside like we saw Hein van Niekerk, but Ruben Kruger pushes a push to pass right at the end, just to say no thank you, Mr. Skuman. You're not flying around the outside of me. I know how this works, and I'll keep that position. Thank you very much.
Well done to him for keeping that in mind under braking as well.
Yeah, very much a wily old fox there, Ruben Kruger. Well done, well done. That was excellent. And now, of course, if Ruben Kruger's got his dashboard set up correctly, he will know that he's got 7 push-to-passes left, while Marius Skuman has 4. So he knows he's got a couple in hand in which to defend with. Okay, let's see. Still, this is the closest battle on track. I think we've had a disconnect somewhere. I see a gap between 15th and 16th.
LaRue, I think, yeah, Mike LaRue He's
No,
disconnected.
Mike's still there. No, Mike is still there.
Okay.
I can see
Oh,
him.
no. Okay, so they're still going. I just think they're... He might be a lap down.
Yeah, it might be Mark van Rensburg who's disconnected or something like that, and that's why they're only making up those positions now. Okay, so
Victor Filter...
Yes.
He's closely followed by Rob van der Heever.
Oh yes, good spot. Yeah, I missed that. How did that happen? The gap wasn't that small. It must have been a mistake somewhere.
Either a mistake or Rob used a push to pass to try and gain on the main straight there. Unfortunately, I don't have any statistics around how many uses are left and what people can still do.
I can tell you all of that. Just ask and I'll be able to tell you.
Well, so in terms of Victor Filter and Rob, who's what and where?
Okay, so Rob's got 8 and Victor Filter has also had 8, so even Stevens between the two of them. I didn't see Rob's flashing at any point, and they both have charge available, so it's not like they're waiting for a cooldown at this moment. So we'll see what happens as they go onto the start-finish straight. That's of course the most obvious place where to use your push to pass. I sort of spoke about Victor's slight inconsistency in the race, and I think that's what we're seeing here today, because suddenly through this last corner, Rob's taken 3/10 out of him in the last corner alone. Is using push to pass, is currently using push to pass, and will try sweep around the outside. Victor Filter rightly defends the inside. Already the pass is done, and van der Heever moves up into 5th position.
Right, I'm gonna hop back a little bit to Jeremy de Villiers.
Oh, sorry, no, we have missed a pass here while we were on. Marius Skuman is up to 3rd. I think he used his push to pass. He's down to 3 push to passes, and he has managed to get Ruben Kruger, who still has 7th. So I don't think Ruben used a push to pass to defend that.
Using up all of his sweeties early in the race, it seems.
Yeah, absolutely. And Morris is far and away the lowest push to passes on the grid at the moment. So potentially Ruben Kruger could be playing the long game here.
Although I'm not gonna discount Marius. I think, as you mentioned, optimal strategy is I can't remember. Do we take tires on our pit stops? I think we do. Yes, we do.
Generally we do. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so I don't think it's as if Marius is necessarily going to be struggling too much with grip near the end, needing push to pass. He's often showed that if he can be ahead, it puts him in an advantageous position where he can stay in front even if someone has push to pass. Just showing his experience and his dedication to the open wheeler series that he's always known for.
Speaking of advantageous positions, we've got Dirk Brand coming down the start-finish straight, looking to take Lawrence Sterner and using a push to pass, and to do so, Lawrence Sterner is trying to come back with his own push to pass. He's got the inside line, makes it stick. Oh, Dirk Brand almost. That was so close to hitting
almost
that grass.
dipping a wheel into the grass there, because that would have been game over, running into the barrier at that speed.
Yeah, absolutely. Dirk Brand does have the speed over Sterner at this stage of the race, though. 7 push to passes for Brand versus 8 for Sterner. And so at some point, the sweeties will run out quicker for Brand, but I've got to say that Sterner used his very cleverly. We've seen a couple of drivers do that, Sas. Allow someone to draw alongside of them, and then you'll use your own push to pass just to maintain that inside line. As I see, Marius Skuman now sets the fastest lap of the race, 22.659.
Slowly seems to be closing the gap to Gerard Pretorius in front there.
Does have 3 seconds to make up, though.
Yeah.
Here we go. Brand's lining him up again. All about the exit here. All about the exit onto the start finish.
I don't think Dirk had the exit there. He does have the toe.
He does have the toe. He's not used push to pass yet, and I think he knows. That's not the right opportunity. So
playing it a
clever
lot
here.
more calmly here, just
Oh yeah.
feeling out Lawrence and trying to get to grips with his lines, see if he can maybe force him into a mistake. But yeah, as you said, I think on these long straights, push to pass is worth a little bit more in terms of top end speed, more so than time. So if you've got your gearing set up to allow you to reach those crazy high speeds, when you press push to pass, it essentially gives you about, I think it was about a fifth or so of extra boost. So it's from what I understand, it's technically adjusting the turbo, so it's giving you more turbo boost for a period of time. So if you're already pushing through the soupy air and you're then giving your engine that extra bit of bite right at the top end, it's able to just open up the floodgates. And I think in this case, if Dirk can sit right under his tail and wait until he's right next to him to then activate, he could then put himself in a really good position to get alongside into the next corner.
He's used it already. Dirk Brand's already used push
yes, flashing away.
Super early. He's gonna go for the inside. He's caught Stoner.
Lawrence is activated.
Yeah, I think it's oh, was that a touch? What was that?
I hope that was not a touch. But Dirk has made the overtake stick.
Yeah, what he did sneakily there was he used it super early. Stoner wasn't expecting it, so before he knew it, Brand was up the inside, and using a defensive push to pass around the outside is not the right way, unfortunately, to defend your position. While we've now got Dirk Brand, who's made that fantastic move, just keeping an eye on Fridge Findlay. He's taken over 2 seconds out of Victor Filter in the last lap and closing in fast, with Jeremy de Villiers closing in quickly on Fridge Findlay. So these two are there's going to be a three-way battle for 6th position before you know it.
Yes.
Fact, they're about to come onto the start-finish straight. It's almost as if Victor Filter has some kind of an issue, considering how quickly these guys are attacking him. De Villiers used a push to pass very early. Fridge Findlay's used a push to pass now. They could be 3 wide through turn 1 here.
Please be careful, guys.
Fridge gets the pass done exceptionally well. A really clean pass, and De Villiers looks to come through as well. Doesn't I don't think he's made that stick. He hasn't made that stick.
Not yet. That might have been a wasted push to pass on his end. He should have rather just kept in the toe, see if he could gain a position doing that.
Since 2 positions there, Sus, because he's been closing in on Fridge.
I know. That's the problem, is in the seat you see what can be, and you have to be very careful to let that obsession not take over and end up ruining your race.
This is allowing Van Rensburg behind them to catch up to De Villiers now. So Victor Filter is
De Villiers
really
driving a very
right
tidy line through this chicane there.
And look at this. We now have a 3-way battle for 7th. I mean, this is allowing Findlay to scamper away. But, I mean, he's already got 2 seconds on this battle. But look at this. Filter's really struggling for pace, and already loses out to De Villiers, who does use a push to pass.
Both of them. All 3 of them using push to pass.
Oh, no. This is going to be interesting, Sus.
Victor inside line.
Yeah, he's going to have it back. He's going to have it back.
And if Jeremy is not careful, who's that?
He's going to be mugged, yes, by Van Rensburg. Paul Van Rensburg, I think.
Two positions in one corner, but don't discount this battle just yet. Jeremy is going to be coming back at them.
Yeah, definitely. That was almost like what we saw at the second round in Formula 1 this year, where where you had to time your DRS zones and guys were fighting for the DRS activation. It was almost like De Villiers went too early there. He, taking the position into the last corner almost disadvantaged him on the exit, even though he used push to pass. Okay, we've got 36 minutes left. We're almost at the halfway mark. It's been an exceptionally exciting race so far. Action all up and down the field, but I'm expecting guys to be jumping into the pits very soon. But there we go. Van Rensburg throws it down the inside of Victor Filter, who'd made a mistake.
Jeremy is
Yeah.
now he's smelling blood.
We saw what happened last time though. Is he going to learn from that? I think he has.
Victor
Let's see what
running
happens.
very wide there. I don't think
Yep.
he's got the line that he maybe wanted.
Jeremy using push to pass. Van Rensburg using push to pass. They really want to make sure, as I see Rob van der Heever comes into the pits. So these guys gaining more positions because of that. But I'll keep an eye on Rob, see when he comes out and where he comes out from the pits. But he's certainly our first regular pit stop for the evening, Sus.
Yes. Seeing Marius is what 1.5 seconds off of Gerard Pretorius now.
Yeah, he's managed to close that gap. But remember, he's only got 3 P2Ps left, and Pretorius has 9. So that's going to get tasty very quickly. Sus, very quickly.
The push to pass can definitely outweigh the toe. But it's
it's very, very long pit stop.
Yes.
Rob van der Heever's only coming out now, and he's all the way down to 13th.
So Rob most likely taking new tires and fuel. Fuel being the slower part of your pit stop. So as you said, running a 50-50 strategy, these cars get very unbalanced with weight. So it ends up being more optimal to take the longer stop because you lose less time with the lighter car.
Yeah, correct. Skuman is 0.2 of a second quicker per lap than Pretorius right now. Fridge Findlay, while he's in 5th, that we're gonna see how long he can maintain that, if he can get that into the pit stops, because Van Rensburg behind him was a good 3 or 4 tenths quicker than our Lotus Register friend, Mr. Findlay. So yeah, it's gonna be an interesting one to see if Fridge can try and defend that 5th position.
This might also be it might also be the point where Fridge needs to think if he's more comfortable on fresher tires for defending the position.
Corne Breet in 12th position, looking to take Bjorn Buchner, hasn't used push to pass, is all over the back of him, goes to the inside line now for turn 1, and I think he's going to have that done. No push to pass is used for either driver there.
Interesting.
Just good old-fashioned racing.
Interesting that Bjorn didn't even choose to defend.
Pretorius doing his personal best lap there, 22.5. So still finding pace is Gerard Pretorius. Sitting in 6th position, only 0.9 of a second behind Van Rensburg, and our current leader. So Gerard Pretorius has not let him get away. It's been a really good drive from Gerard.
That gap grew to almost 2 seconds, but it's now coming down again. Okay, so I see that's Kruger. For a moment I thought Jeremy was in the pits as well. But
no, so I tell you what, the lead of this race battle is going to be very interesting, considering we've got Skuman as Kruger now exits the pits, and he's going to come out into 10th position, I think. The battle for the lead is definitely on. I mean, these top 3 guys are over 25 seconds ahead of Fridge Findlay, but they are absolutely flying. And I've got to say, it looks like Marius Skuman is the quicker of the 3, but he is in 3rd position and with the fewest P2Ps. So really, it's an interesting position to be in.
He might just be thinking about doing the overcut.
Yes.
Because, as I said, Marius has shown that he has a bit of pace at the end of his stints.
Yeah, definitely. If anyone's going to run long of these 3, I would have thought it would be Skuman. He does seem to have found his rhythm exceptionally well at the end of the stint. And if you're running a little bit higher downforce, that does help with that definitely helps, in fact, with negating degradation of your tires.
You're essentially sliding that bit less.
Yeah, correct. De Villiers in 6th takes a big chunk out of Van Rensburg that lap, who in turn took a fairly large chunk out of Findlay.
So tire degradation it's reaching that point where people need to be considerate about when their pit stops are. I think judging by the timing we have left, stopping now should yield...
Oh, sorry, Sas. Paul van Rensburg
someone
is
went
off on the side. A complete mistake on his own. Pressured by De Villiers, who was closing in quickly on him. I think maybe struggling at the end of his stint with his tires, possibly. But just a small mistake, hit the grass and just slid off into the wall. So I imagine he's going to be popping into the pits now.
I'd actually be surprised if he's not going into the pits right now.
Yeah. Van Rensburg's slightly quicker than Skuman at the moment, and Skuman's slightly quicker than Pretorius. So that gap has somewhat stabilized between our top three. They can all see each other. And Pretorius did feel the need to use a push to pass, though. He's down to 8 now.
Still plenty left for him.
I'm really expecting at least one of these three to jump into the pits this lap. I really am. As I see Paul van Rensburg, as predicted, into the pits. Why is Victor Filters using a push to pass at the moment for some reason?
He is battling with Peter van Rensburg.
No, Van Rensburg's in the pits.
Oh.
I'm not sure who that is. Is that a back marker?
That might be a back marker. That's, I think...
Filter off.
Hein van Niekerk.
Ah, okay. Right, so the top three didn't come into the pits, or where are they? Let's see. No.
Joshua stays out, but Gerard Pretorius dives into the pits.
Ah, there we go. We got our first of the leaders into the pits there. We'll keep an eye out. You see the ghost?
Joshua van Rensburg almost running into the back of I think that was Fridge Findlay. No. It must have been Charles Marais. Pompey.
Yeah.
It was a green TLR racing. That was a very close call.
I think that must have been Charles. So Skuman has used another push to pass. I'm not sure why, but he has. Maybe he's... Oh, I tell you what, he's trying to blitz this lap to pit and overcut. That's what he's trying. So watch Skuman. I bet you he's going to come into the pits. Findlay and Filter in the pits right now.
Once Skuman is out, I'm heading back to Pretorius to see where do things shake out for him.
Yeah, definitely. Although I must say, Skuman's lost out to Van Rensburg on this lap. It's not been a good lap for Marius.
He's behind a back marker, so he's maybe struggling for a tiny bit of grip here in the dirty air.
See what he does if he dives into the pits. I'm expecting him to.
He is not diving into the pits. He feels that he can do better than that.
Okay. Oh, and uses another push to pass to get past a back marker.
I think it's less about the back marker and it's now about trying to gain time. So if he can get past the back marker, that means he doesn't have to sit in the dirty air and lose time for this lap.
Yeah, I'm currently seeing lots of movement on the timing board, but that's of course all due to the pit stops. So we'll see how that plays out. Ruben Kruger now is all over the back of Fridge Findlay for 6th position. So I'm just watching that battle right now. 2/10 between them as they come.
That must have been
the last section of the lap.
That must have been who Fridge was using push to pass for.
Yeah, must have been. Okay, let's see. Last corner. In they go. Got to get a good exit. Looks like he has got a decent exit. Looks like he's got a great exit. Is he going to use a push to pass? He has. Push to pass. Does he go inside? I would definitely be wanting to do that. Hasn't done it early enough though. Bridge covers off the inside. Doesn't use a push to pass. Doesn't fight it too hard. So I think Fridge is really trying to play the long game here. Probably being very sensible, in fact, not losing time fighting somebody who you know has got a lot more pace on you, and just trying to maximize his race.
Joshua's into the pits.
Into the pits, yes.
So that leaves Marius going another lap.
Yes, and a 22.4 from Marius Skuman. A very good lap, actually, from Marius Skuman there. The back marker definitely affected his previous lap.
So Skuman does have semi-clear air. He is going to be arriving on the back of the back marker soon.
I'm watching this hell of Pretorius though, so he's coming. Pretorius is coming into the last turn now, exiting it now. Where I think there's some movement. I think Van Rensburg's moving, but Pretorius has got the speed and his tires up to temperature.
Van Rensburg is out the pits.
No, it's not enough. Not enough.
So that's 5.5 seconds. No, sorry. Let me just get my bearings. My timing tower is all
looks
wonky.
like 2.6. Sorry, looks
2.6
like 2.6
seconds. Okay, so gap grew slightly, but Van Rensburg was already in the lead, so he wasn't really contesting too much. It was about navigating back markers.
But that's why I thought possibly Pretorius, by pitting a bit earlier, may have gained something.
Skuman is into the pits.
Alright, we're going to have to keep an eye on that very closely. Rich Findlay has not let Ruben Kruger get away. Despite not fighting that position too much, he's managed to hang on quite well, it must be said.
So I'm on board with Van Rensburg right now. He is almost at the last turn. It's just that quick left, right. He's heading into the last corner now.
Skuman needs to be leaving the pits.
Skuman is running. No.
No, he's not. No, he's
Skuman
not.
is still standing still.
Goodness. Jeremy de Villiers now into the pits. Van
Rensburg goes by, and that is quite a bit of time. So
Skuman had a long pit stop. Was it just me, or did he have a very long
That was a very long pit stop. I wonder if he maybe messed up his pit strategy. Added too much fuel, because fuel is a
was damage repairs.
I am not sure.
I
and
mean,
it's
we haven't seen him hit anything, but I'm just theorizing here.
So Marius is still in third, and he's actually lost a bunch of time to Pretorius.
Time. Yeah, huge time. So it's possible he missed his pit box. I wasn't watching him.
I just think it was him getting stuck behind that back marker. He should have seen Pretorius go into the pits, seen that there's a back marker, and not decided to stay out. It doesn't make sense in my view.
I mean, you possibly back yourself to say, well, I'm going to catch him nicely on the straight, just blow past him, try something different. At this stage, you've got to say that these three guys, they've pretty much got first, second, and third wrapped up. So, if you're going for the win, maybe trying something a little bit different, backing yourself. You don't really know where you're going to come out into traffic, going a bit longer, more likely to not come out into traffic, as I see Jeff Gable now jumps into the pits.
So I think Jeff, the last of the drivers that still needed to pit. We do still have 12, almost 13 minutes left in the pit window. But everything should start shaking out right now. Leader and second place, how many push to pass left for them?
Right, so Van Rensburg has got 7. Pretorius has got 6. He is currently using 1. I don't know why Pretorius has decided
that's a scary spot to use it.
Yeah, that's very bizarre. He must have missed... I'm guessing he pressed the button by accident. Skuman's got only 1 left. Kruger has got 3 left. Findlay has got 5. Sterner has got 6. De Villiers has got 4. Van der Heever's got 7. Brand has got 5. And Van Rensburg has got 5. So that's our top 10. The only person with 10 left, in fact, is Jeff Gable. So I have a feeling Jeff has not mapped push to pass. Lotus Register chaps, you might want to speak to Jeff and
might want to look into that.
Got some sweeties to eat. He doesn't need to go on a diet. Rich Findlay has really stuck exceptionally well with Ruben Kruger, as Gerrit Pretorius sets the fastest lap of the race at 22.9. Sorry, no, 22.3. Yeah, Findlay really has stuck exceptionally well with Kruger, who's now feeling the need to use a push to pass down the start-finish straight. And Findlay's not actually that close. Findlay's doing a great job of psyching Kruger out at the moment. So Kruger is now down to 2 P2Ps, while Findlay has 5 left. So if he can maintain this later on in the race, he's gonna be looking good to be making some moves on Kruger, and it could be that
Kruger running, just dipping a wheel onto the grass. Had a bit of a moment there.
Wow, amazing! He managed to hold that on. So Findlay maybe has his car setup better for higher fuel. So relatively he's doing quicker lap times now, because
in which case I'd argue full attack mode now. If he has the info of how much push to pass, how many push to pass uses Ruben has ahead of him, he should be attacking full on. Like if you're under half a second behind him, use push to pass, try and force that out. Worst that happens is they don't use it and you get past. Best case, they use it up and you're left with 2 or 3 uses at the end. What? Where?
Sorry, De Villiers on Sterner. De Villiers on Sterner, they are absolutely side by side, going through the last little kink before the final corner, lining it up, keeping an eye on
Throws it up on the inside.
Yeah.
Not the first time De Villiers has made that move. I'm not sure if it both De Villiers using push to pass to make sure that he can get away.
Yeah, Sterner does not use push to pass, and that was a great move in the end by De Villiers. Findlay has not used push to pass, so even though he is tucked up behind Kruger, currently, I don't want to say happy to sit there, but certainly happy to put more pressure on Ruben Kruger, as Van der Heerden and Brand are currently both using push to pass for some reason. And they're not in a battle with each other, so I'm not sure
they're
why.
just looking at the gap and saying, there's not enough time to close the gap and battle. Let me just dump it so that I can get some good laps in while I still have decent tires left.
Yeah, must be something along those lines. So Findlay is still our closest battle currently. 4 tenths behind Kruger as they come onto the start-finish straight and gaining. Still not decided to use that push to pass. He's
just not close enough in the toe to have it make work. Maybe he's just waiting, seeing, is he going to flinch and use it as a defensive maneuver?
Yeah, it really feels like he's trying to psych Kruger into using one prematurely. But Sterner's in the pits. Sterner's back in the pits. I'm not sure why.
Is he back in the pits or is this his pit?
No, because he was running fairly high up for this whole race. I'm sure he was been in the top 10 for quite a while in the race, but he's now going to drop down a huge amount.
Okay, so he drops past Dirk. I remember Dirk and Lawrence battling.
But he's now way down, so I think that's an extra pit stop for sure. Unfortunately, we don't have the stats to say how many times people have been in the pits, so we can't actually tell. We just have to try and use our poor tired brains
best guesstimate.
Yeah, absolutely. I see Fella Pretorius is now a second behind Van Rensburg, slowly reeling him in again. But we'll keep an eye. I'm still keeping an eye actually on the Findlay battle, because it is definitely still the closest. Oh, Kruger has felt the need to use his last push to pass, and so has Skuman. Skuman has used his last push to pass, I think, to get past the back marker, and Kruger has 1 left now. So Findlay must be licking his lips with anticipation.
They do seem to be coming up on a back marker now, so...
And I think it's the teammate of Kruger, if I'm looking at the liveries correctly.
Ooh, are you telling me that I did not load the liveries correctly?
No, I'm telling you that I don't have it, and it looks like they're in the same livery.
Okay, no. Ooh, someone ran very wide there.
That's Hein van Niekerk. Hein van Niekerk really struggling as well to get back on the track nicely. So Hein is now falling down to 14th position, unfortunately. But once again, I return to the Findlay-Kruger battle, and there's still the back marker. Is there?
Stays very wide.
Past him. Yes, Let's see if Findlay is able to get through as well. Doesn't look like it, so this is going to play into the hands of Kruger. Findlay looks to throw it around the outside of the last corner.
Okay, that back marker just let them go. Findlay might have the need for a push to pass right now. Even he does.
He's used it.
Kruger.
Here we go. Kruger goes wide. Why is Kruger gone wide? Oh, really just trying to break the toe. Findlay goes to the outside. Kruger up the inside. It doesn't look... Kruger's used his last push to pass to defend this move.
Defend it.
Interesting. I don't think he needed
Runs very wide at the exit there.
Oh.
I actually think he did need...
There's nowhere to go.
Yeah, I actually do think that he needed it.
You reckon?
Yeah,
Okay.
Findlay was well on his way to fly past him.
I would be fairly happy with that outcome if I was Findlay. I know he's fallen to a second behind Kruger now, but he knows he's got the pace, and he now knows he has 4 P2Ps. We should know he's got 4 P2Ps, whereas Kruger has 0. Oh, Jeff Gable has found the push to pass button. He must be listening to us, Sass, because he's now on 6 left, so he's used a few. Ooh, sorry, Lawrence Sterner and Corne Briet. I don't know if you...
Ooh, that's very, very close.
Very close. There was less than a 10th between them. That's how close they were. But Sterner throwing it up the inside. And Briet has no answer, and Sterner moves up. Remember, of course, we saw Sterner taking that, what we believe is an extra pit stop. And is now working his way back and has found his way into the top 10 once again. Pretorius is now under a second to Van Rensburg. So that gap is suddenly closed in a little bit. Both of them on 6 P2Ps. And I also see that
Marius is not too far behind. He's managed...
He's slowly reeling that gap in against us, but he's got no push to pass left. Pretorius uses one though.
Interesting that he's using it here.
Yeah, I don't understand that at all, I must be honest.
Well, as you said, you're trying anything different to the person in front of you.
Yeah, Van Rensburg's used one now.
It might even be that he is hoping that he can get close enough to sit in the toe and maybe get like an effective free push to pass by just getting himself under the wing into the last corner. I'm not sure if that really worked. He's on my screen, what, just over half a tenth behind him, 7/10.
So, I mean, Pretorius did set his quickest lap of the race by doing so. So I guess, I guess there's something in that for sure. And Marius Skuman has just set the fastest lap of the race with a 22.288. So Marius is definitely on the move and catching these guys now quite significantly, it must be said. And remember, of course, Marius doesn't have any push to passes left, so he's doing it with raw talent alone, no extra speed boost button.
Just hopping back to Fridge quickly. He's still... He's struggling to close that gap now, it seems.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, he's on his delta as well. He's really bang on his quickest time.
Which is what I was trying to highlight. If he's more comfortable on the fresher tires, I would rather be defending against someone without push to pass than struggling to catch up to someone who doesn't have push to pass.
Yes. Marius Skuman, sets another quickest lap of the race, 22.1. So he's really gaining on these guys. So we must watch out for that just now. But yeah, Fridge Findlay driving exceptionally well at this stage of the race. Not using a push to pass yet, but Ruben Kruger does feel the need to weave. Fridge taking 0.2 of a second out of Kruger that lap. Really phenomenally well done that, actually. He's got it down to 0.4 of a second. So this is the lap to attack. Oh, getting a little bit sideways.
That's the problem now. As tire degradation starts kicking in,
Yeah, you're right.
I remember that kind of being my struggle is closer to the end of the stint. I might be able to still break my own personal bests, but it's nothing compared to people in front of me.
Yeah, I've got to say that this must be one of Fridge's strongest races here at SRSA. He's so far not really put a wheel wrong, and made some great moves, some intelligent moves, and really showing his strengths here tonight. Here we go. He's lined Kruger up quite nicely now.
Maybe he's just way smarter than I'm giving him credit for. Managing that gap so that he can get under his wing.
Push to pass.
This should be the overtake done. Watch him just soar by now.
Yeah, but he's got a back marker ahead of him. Good move there from Fridge. Really good move. Long-term thinking. And it's definitely paid off. Into 4th position. Rewind to Nick about 20 minutes ago. The pit window, by the way, is now closed. Rewind to about 20 minutes ago. Nick was saying, is Fridge going to be able to maintain 5th? He's not maintaining 5th. He's up to 4th.
Careful that you don't end up throwing a cursor at him now. So
yeah,
this is Victor Filter in front of him. And this is the tough part. This is
that's not where you want to catch up. Wow! Wow!
Oh my goodness!
That has got to be contender for move of the season.
Absolute audacity there from Kruger.
Wow! That was incredible. Ruben Kruger, I take many hats off to you, my friend.
He's still gonna have a tough time defending against Fridge right now.
Yes, true.
Does Fridge use it? Fridge does not use push to pass. Maybe feeling not quite close enough.
Reeling from what on earth just happened there. My goodness.
Oh,
that was incredible. I wish we had a replay of that.
I unfortunately did not start up my replay buffer, it seemed, because when I went to press the button, it just didn't dump anything.
It's okay. I think, unfortunately, as well, we've missed Maurice Skuman taking Palapatorius.
Oh, wow.
Although I think Parat has had a problem, though.
Parat must have made a mistake.
Yeah, given that gap, there's definitely a mistake involved in that. And Skuman is now trying to chase down Van Rensburg, but I'm not sure he's going to have the pace to do so. Bridge Friendly just regaining his composure after that monumental move by Ruben Kruger. That was wow. I'm going to be thinking about that move for a long time to come. Corne Breert has now taken 2 seconds, 1.5 seconds, 2 seconds out of Lawrence Sterner. I don't know if Sterner's had a problem, but Corne Breert is in 10th position and looking to gain on Lawrence Sterner currently. They are, where are they? They're just exiting the first sector. Oh, hang on. What's happened?
What happened to Peter van Rensburg? He's having
disconnected.
No. He's in 7th. He's in 7th. He's still going. I think he had a massive moment there.
No, hang on, because something's Pretorius is disconnected.
Oh, okay, I'm spotting now. Yes, Pretorius. Yes, he disconnected. Oh no, he was running in 3rd. What a disappointment. But
the Findlay battle is for 3rd.
It's for 3rd. This is for podium. Oh, Findlay just dipping a wheel into the gravel there. Oh, he's gonna be kicking himself if he can't get this done now.
Yeah, this is just hotted up even more, and Van der Heever as well disconnecting from the server. I think guys might be suffering from Ashcon tonight.
Yes, that might also be the case.
Sends it push to pass. Here we go. Findlay giving it his all for a podium position here at SRSA.
Takes the outside line. I don't think... Ooh, he's not going to be past him.
No, he's not. He's not.
He must be on... surely he's now on his very, very last push to pass there.
He's got two left.
Two left. So 2 left. I think maybe 4 laps left.
5 minutes. VR with 5 minutes. That's 4 laps. Oof, sus. This is hotted up right at the end. Right at the end.
And I was skeptical we're not going to have good racing.
Mugello has given us an absolute delight tonight. I tell you what.
Fridge does need to get his composure back now. I think he's maybe struggling a bit with overheating tires when he's running that close, because we see the gap growing and shrinking and growing and shrinking every few laps.
Wow, Van Rensburg just sets the fastest lap of the race. Does use a push to pass to do it, but it's a 21.5.
Oh,
goodness, that is quick.
Blisteringly quick.
Okay, half a second between them now. I don't think he'll use it this time around. I think he'll wait and try and get a bit closer. I'm not sure we're going to see a push to pass.
I think now it's now or never.
He's got a couple of minutes left. Got a few laps left.
If he's unsure that he can hold the position, I can understand that, but it's leaving it to the very last moment. You can't get past before the checkered line on push to pass.
4.5 minutes left. That's at least 3 laps. Definitely got a couple more opportunities to make it count. Corne Briet is all over the back of Sterner once again. There's half a second between them as well.
I still see green lights on top of them, so they must still have push to pass left.
They both have 2. They both have 2 left.
That's the cat and mouse game for them now.
Yeah, Findlay's fallen back to over a second now behind Kruger. Maybe his tires are really starting to squeal and suffer right now.
That's my concern for him as well. You need to be careful with how you manage everything. And if you're not comfortable at the end of the lap, then that's a really tough one to get by. Briet under the wing there, I didn't see spot that they are using push to pass.
Neither are. And you just know Stern is waiting for Briet to use his.
And it's if Briet can pull off that move by using it slightly early, especially around that corner, it's difficult glancing in your mirrors to see if the person behind is using push to pass. So that can be one way to catch you out. But was it Dirk that used that tactic on him? So he'll already be aware of the tactic.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm just going to stay on board with this battle.
Oh no, Fridge Findlay's had an off.
No. 3 minutes left. I don't think that's going to be enough time for him to catch up.
No, he's lost 3 seconds from that. That's very unfortunate. So unless Kruger has a mistake now, and generally we see Kruger be metronomically consistent, so I would say that unfortunately that is the end of the Kruger Findlay battle. But what a battle it was! Goodness me.
Okay, so Cornet and Lawrence on the main straight.
Got to use it now. Cornet. Come on.
Sterner's using it. Why are you not using it? Use it now.
No,
he doesn't.
He doesn't need to. No, he's not.
He's not got the inside line. That is the big problem. It doesn't help if you can get alongside. You need to get well ahead if you're going to run the outside line.
Yeah, definitely. Without a doubt. Findlay desperately trying to catch up to Kruger using his push to passes now. But unfortunately, I think it's a little too late. But at least, so Briet now does have an extra one in hand, but with 1 minute 38 to go, they'll probably only have 1 lap left.
So Joshua is going to start the last lap of the race as he crosses the finish line in a moment.
Yeah, there won't be an extra lap. Not unless you... Yeah, there we go. That's it.
Leader is now on the final lap. Okay, I'm just hopping back to Cornet.
Yes, because he's going to have 2 more opportunities now. And he's got 2 more push to passes. So regardless, he has to use it now.
Yeah, it's now or
He's gotta
never.
use one. When's he going to do it? When's he going to do it? There it's gone. He's gone. He's gone already. He's gone already. And so is Sterner.
But Cornet is well in the toe there.
Yeah. He's pulled out. He's going to try to go around the outside.
It's like you're running into a brick wall of air there.
Nicely done. Nicely done.
That's across his nose beautifully. But they're still side by side. Leave the space. Get the race going. And I think Cornet has made it stick. He's made it stick.
One lap to hold on, Cornet. One lap to hold on.
Is Lawrence... Lawrence used up his last push to pass. So he's out now.
Yes, correct. He's got 0 push to passes. It's all about if Cornet can hold his nerve.
Okay, so just
Van Rensburg.
double checking Van Rensburg. He's coming up to the last corner now.
So time ticks down and he will be on the last lap. That's it. Leaders on the final lap. A fantastic race from Van Rensburg. He's really put 0 feet wrong throughout this whole race. Well done to him. And we of course have Marius Skuman coming across the line for 2nd place. Very eventful race for Marius, but he made it stick. And the 2 of them, with of course Gerrit Pretorius, who had an awful disconnect. They were definitely the class of the field. Ruben Kruger is coming around the last corner now. We've got Dirk Brand, Van Rensburg, Briet, and Sterner cementing their places in 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th.
Bridge is under his wing, but it's not gonna be enough. Oh, it's on the line!
Kruger.
Bridge! Oh, Kruger takes it.
Kruger got it.
Yo, that was...
How did he gain 2.5 seconds?
Yo.
How did that happen? Oh, my goodness.
I am sure Kruger must be... Yo, he's either wearing the brown pants or just... Yo.
That is incredible, Sas. That is a finish for the podium.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm just quickly getting us set up for our interview.
I have Joshua and Marius sitting in the off air.
You can start bringing them in.
Okay, let me bring Joshua in and Marius in.
Hello, Marius and Joshua. P1, P2. Well, the other way around.
Fantastic race, chaps. Well done. Well done.
Thank you.
So, of course, Joshua likes to flag. How was that for you?
It was just consistent again. It's just trying to keep it on track. Actually, I had to do a little bit of fuel saving at the end as well.
Oh really? Okay, because there was a couple of seconds we thought maybe you might squeak in another lap, but you must have been hoping you didn't.
No, at least I saved a lot, and then I ended up with 3 laps extra.
Okay, fantastic. Marius, from your side though, we saw at points during the race that you were definitely the quickest man on track, and you definitely had a very eventful race. All sorts of things happening, but are you happy with your P2?
Yes, very happy. I had a bit of a stumble in the beginning, and I went back down to 6th, and I had to fight my way back past Ruben and so forth, which I have to congratulate. He had a very consistent, good race. And yeah, it's bad luck for Gerard. He was running in 2nd the whole time, and unfortunately his battery ran out. Electricity issues.
Yeah, we did wonder.
With, I think 12 laps left, so yeah, it's heartbreak for him.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've brought, for the first time, we now have 4 drivers in the commentary box. So, Mr. Ruben Kruger, Mr. Fridge Findlay, that has got to be the closest finish ever at SimRace SA. Which of you thinks you got P3?
I think that was me, just.
You reckon you got it? Ruben, what do you
so.
think?
I looked at the times at the end before I left the session, and it said I was P3.
We'll have to wait and see what the server says. I have seen some inconsistencies where people have finished head to head like that, and both their sides showed that they had won. But Fridge, what happened? Like, you were there the whole time, then dropped back and
Hounding him for ages, and then I made a little mistake with a couple of laps to go. And then 3 seconds back, and and I managed to catch him for the last lap, and I had one push to pass left in the bank, and used it coming around out of the last corner, and it can't get much closer than that.
Ruben, you must have been feeling like, how is this guy back again?
No, I had a feeling it was going to come back. He had a good pace in the last 2 sectors. But yeah, all my push to pass was gone by with about 15 minutes left. So yeah, I was pretty vulnerable there.
Well, I tell you what, you two guys definitely entertained us for a good half of that race. It was an incredible battle. So thank you both very, very much.
yes, I think I pushed my microphone all the way into the red when I saw that that photo finish.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you, Fridge, for the clean racing,
Yeah, thanks, Ruben.
and so to everyone as well.
Same to
Gents,
Ruben
this was
and
awesome.
everybody.
Yeah, Mugello for president. That was a great race. Awesome. Thanks, Sus.
Yeah, thanks everybody for joining. I'm gonna start closing it out. Thanks to everybody coming and watching along. Next week it is the round 4 of the GT series. We are going to be at Imola. Not yet sure what the weather is holding in, Nick. We'll still have to put our heads together and see what we can come up with.
Yes, so look out for that.
I'm not sure if I'm personally going to be racing it. I might have to take it as a drop round. Things are a little bit busy for me at the moment, but you will be back in the booth with Dan, I'm sure.
Yes, absolutely. Can't wait.
If I'm not racing, I'm gonna be listening in. I wanna hear the action. But yeah, for people keen to come and race, there is still time. You can head on over to www.simracesa.co.za. Find the sign up form as well as the Discord details. Come join us. We ask a minimum donation of 150 Rand to our charity of choice. Currently it is Abba. Let me just quickly confirm what our current donations are sitting at. I think it was something like 26,000.
Yeah, it's approximately
approximately 26,480 rands raised this for this season, so you can still come and contribute to a great cause here. Anything from you, Nick? What did I miss?
No, nothing from my side. Just remember, of course, that SimRace SA, we run 4 different leagues. We've got this is of course the GP League tonight. We've got the GT series. We're raced in Assetto Corsa Competizioni. Next week, Monday, the week after that, I think we're back at the Legends. We should be Feldbergering, if I'm not mistaken, which will be phenomenal, again in the Maseratis. And then the week after that, we're the touring cars, once again, Assetto Corsa. And that'll then we circle back around again for the 5th round of the GP series.
Yes, so lots of action still to come for this season. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to Monday night's race. Just either way, it's gonna be epic. See everybody here from me, Sus. I'm done here. Have a good evening, everybody.
Good night, everyone.